Welcome everyone, we are live at Wrestlemania 11. My name is Max Whitman, welcoming you, as always, to the Book It Better Wrestling Show. We are week 4, March 1995, and we are live in front of 55,000 screaming fans at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Tonight, Shawn Michaels challenges the Phenom, The Undertaker, for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Can a feline power cat take on and win the Big Daddy Cool, the big man, the big dog, Diesel for the Intercontinental Championship? Will we find a new tag team champion? And Tatanka versus Jerry Lawler finally setting the score in a cage match. Folks, how are you? I am Max Whitman. I am here. You are there. We have made it to WrestleMania 11. I am stoked for this show. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. We got it up and ready. It's over 3 hours long, and I got high hopes for this show. Before we start the show, I want to let you know, if this is your first time watching, please go ahead, click that subscribe button. At the time we're making this video right now, at the time you're watching this video, we currently sit at 198 subscribers. When we hit that 200 mark, let me tell you what we got planned. So when we hit that 200 subscriber mark, we're going to have a 64-man March Madness style tournament to determine the greatest professional wrestler of all time. I got about 78 names down right now. We're going to narrow it down to 64. If you got ideas, leave them in the comments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the brackets all printed out, put up on challenge or challenge.com, however you pronounce that, and you guys can go ahead, you can fill out a bracket when it's complete. You can fill out a bracket, predictions for it. It's going to be Fire Pro, AI versus AI. The winner, the man who accumulates the most points in those bracket predictions, will win a real prize. That's right, real prize, okay? Probably a gift card to the WWE shop or Amazon or something like that, but we're going to have it. You will win real prizes. So make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe, but that's not what's important right now. What is important is WrestleMania 11. Let's jump into our pre-show. Let's get it. We got our standard WrestleMania pre-show Battle Royal. It actually scores a 61. Who wins this? I didn't select a winner here. 1-2-3 Kid wins the Battle Royal in just under 10 minutes. Barbarian, Steiner, and Candido are the other final four. Barbarian's the final elimination. I didn't select a winner on this one. This is just guys that I wanted to get on the show in front of the crowd. Excuse me, I'm taking a sip of water here. Guys that I wanted to get in front of the crowd. It is the pre-show. It scores a 61. It's pretty solid. Here we go, folks. Jumping on into it. WrestleMania 11. We're going to open it right up. It's right up with the Intercontinental title match. It's a good match. Diesel defeats Lex Luger in 14 and a half minutes by pinfall after the jackknife powerbomb. He makes defense number 2 of his WWF Intercontinental Championship title. Diesel pulls an 80. Luger actually pulled an 81. Definite lack of psychology in this match. That's why it scored the 76. So if you've been following along, you know with Diesel's victory here, we have our first match for In Your House in April. Diesel versus Scott Levy for the Intercontinental title. Diesel promised that after he beat Luger, he would go on to beat the final member of the Power Cats, Scott Levy. So Levy will get his title shot at In Your House, tentatively. Did we get any worker improvements here? None. But it gets the crowd off to a good start. Gets the crowd hotter. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Opted to go with this match as the main event. As the opener. I wasn't sure that it would be a good enough match to be the co-main event, the semi-main event. So I figured it would be, but I knew it would be good enough to open the show off to a hot start. So we went with that. We're gonna go Vader Jericho as the co-main event, which I think is gonna be a better match. But to our next segment, we get an angle here with Vader, and he's just hyping his match. He's saying he's going to tear Jericho limb from limb. Basically, just your standard pre-match pay-per-view promo, which is basically what all the promos are going to be here. There's not really a whole lot to describe on each one. But that's basically what it is. It's kind of I don't push storylines on pay-per-views. I push them through the matches on pay-per-views. So these are all just kind of pre-match promos. But Vader scores good 84. Good solid promo here. Then we go into Adam Bomb versus Sid Vicious. And Sid Vicious will defeat Adam Bomb in 10 minutes with the chokeslam. So the Adam Bomb Sid Vicious saga continues here, and Vicious is going to pick up the WrestleMania win. It does score 77, good match. Vicious is 77, Adam Bomb is 68. So here's the thing, I really considered putting Adam Bomb over here. I wanted to. I do have good plans for Bomb. I want to push him. But Sid is so much more popular than he is that it would have caused a serious morale issue for Sid Vicious. He was extremely unhappy with the finish when I tried it, and so I opted to change it and give the win to Vicious. I think just being in there with Sid is going to pump Adam Bomb up a little bit, but if you were hoping for an Adam Bomb push, don't worry. Bomb is, a loss here doesn't totally sell him out. I do have plans for him. But I just didn't think the time was right to put him against Sid. I think we'll probably go down, build him a little bit, maybe bring him back for the match with Sid at some point. But it does score 77. It's a good, solid match once again. So yeah, Sid the 77 and Adam Bomb the 68. No worker improvements. Our next segment, this is a promo with Steve Austin. So, and this is just Austin calling out any opponent backstage. So he said he would be here. He's here. He's calling out any opponent. He's ready to go. This one scores a 74. Remember, his first promo scored a 90. So I was actually really hoping for more out of Austin here. But sometimes you don't hit every time. Maybe because it was only 3 minutes. Were there any? Is a dirt sheet. Yeah, segment rating was limited for being short. That's why. So if I'd added an extra 2 minutes, I probably would have been up in that 90 again. But whatever, no big deal. Who's going to answer the call? It is Taz. Taz and Austin don't click at all. And we score a 62 because of it. Austin just a 63, Taz the 54. I wanted something better for Austin in his first match. I didn't want it to be Taz, but I didn't really have something better for him. Taz was kind of the best option there. I could have gone with Jarrett, but I didn't want it to be Jarrett because he sort of got the program going with Diesel, so I didn't really want it to be that. Could have been a 1-2-3 kid, but I wanted Taz to get the exposure. So it scores a 62. It's the one low spot on the card so far, but we can swallow it. Do we get any worker improvements? Taz improving in performance skills, and Austin's getting better at his gimmick. So not the worst case, but not the best match. But it's okay. We needed to cool the crowd a little bit. Not a bad middle of the card match. And then we're going to jump right into our tag team title match, which scores very well. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, the New Heart Foundation defeats the Nasty Boys and Yoko Crush in 16 minutes and 45 seconds. The order of elimination was the Nasty Boys first, and then Yokozuna and Crush, the New Foundation, win the WWF World Tag Team Championships. So we do have a title change here at WrestleMania. The Heart Foundation will defeat Yoko Crush. They also defeat... so Yoko Crush defeats the Nasty Boys. Heart Foundation defeats Yoko Crush. And it's a great match. It's an 86. Arguably could have been the semi-main event here. Sags pulls a 73. Knobs a 71. Neidhart a 74. Owen the 89, Crush a 72, and Yoko an 86. So, I'm actually glad about this. I wasn't sure I wanted to take the belts off Yoko Crush just yet. But, it's WrestleMania, so I figured, let's go for it. Let's take the belts off of them now. They made 5 successful defenses. They've been the tag champs since, November, December, January, February, March. So, 5 months. Successful defenses. The Heart Foundation will take the belts off of them, and then it sort of opens up a program maybe between the Heart Foundation and Yoko Crush, which I think could be a fantastic program. So it does score at 86, boosts up our show a little bit more. I'm happy with it. Sags improving in Rumble skills. I like it. Let's move on. And this is Razor Ramon versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Razor Ramon defeats Bam Bam in 14:44 by pinfall with a Razor's Edge. This match scores a 94. Wow, this one arguably could have been the main event. Razor Ramon sustains an injury. It's a swollen calf muscle. The Razor versus Bam Bam storyline advances with this segment and gains heat. Razor in 90, Bam Bam in 86. Did I call this one in the ring? I did. I think I had them call this in the ring. Let me see. Booking detail, no, road agent notes. Yeah, called in the ring. So that's impressive. Bam Bam, I wasn't sure Bam Bam would do well calling it in the ring. But I figured, well, you know what? They're just kind of a mid-card match on this show. Let me give it a shot. And I like what I see. This is supposed to end the storyline. We'll talk about that in our creative meeting. The next episode that goes up will likely be a creative meeting. I don't have any storylines planned past WrestleMania. So our next couple shows will likely be long-form creative meetings. And we'll talk about this for sure. Do we want to continue the Razor Bam Bam story? How do I do that? I'm kind of running out of ideas to push that storyline further. It's been going on pretty much since we started the save, so we're going on 8 months. This has been going on, and maybe this is the way to end it. Maybe a 94 rated match is the way to end it, unless we think we can squeeze a little more life out of it. But for now, it is a 94 rated segment. And hopefully our co-main event, hopefully our semi-main and our main event can live up to this, because I'm going to be disappointed if this is the best match on the card. So on calf muscle, yeah. Here we get Chris Jericho. He's cutting a promo, scores a 92. Jericho has been money, and I knew it. Once we got that popularity up, I knew it. Jericho cuts another 92 rated promo. He's unscripted here, but he's basically just hyping his match against Vader. Here we get Tatanka versus Lawler, excuse me, in a cage match. It scores an 80, very good match. Tatanka and Lawler have great chemistry, we knew that. Tatanka a 77, Lawler a 68, so Tatanka actually blows Lawler out of the water here. Tatanka will defeat Jerry Lawler in a cage match. I don't remember if I announced the winner of the Razor match, just in case you weren't reading it. Razor Ramon defeats Bam Bam with the Razor's Edge. Sorry about that. I got talking about got excited with the grade and forgot to say the winner. Tatanka defeats Jerry Lawler in a cage match here. Tatanka escapes the cage. This segment, it advances their storyline. This will likely be the end of this storyline. I think it probably will not be the last time these two guys meet, but I do think it'll be the end of that storyline for now. But we will see. We do get an 80 here. We get any worker improvements? No. Good segment here. Moving on. This is Shawn Michaels cutting a promo, hyping his match. He's saying that tonight the Heartbreak Kid, just like he has been saying for the last 5 weeks, tonight the Heartbreak Kid will walk out of here the World Wrestling Federation champion. Nobody's going to take this opportunity from him, dead or alive. He will walk out with that title. We head to our semi-main event. There it is. Jericho versus Vader, a 95 rated match. Superb wrestling, great heat. Chris Jericho defeats Vader in 19 minutes and 42 seconds by submission with a lion tamer after blatantly cheating. Let's backtrack here. My bad. I don't want Vader submitting here. Let's say it's a pinfall victory. What was supposed to happen here was Jericho with the low blow behind the ref's back, rolls him up, holds the tights, picks up the win that way. I should have specified that I wanted a pinfall victory here. I can't see any blatant cheating causing Vader to tap out. I also can't see Jericho getting Vader in the lion tamer. So my bad on that one. But regardless, there were times when there was a lack of psychology. I think I did have them call this in the ring. Let me see. No, this was scripted. So this match was scripted. But it tendency drift a little bit, but it still scores a 95, so whatever. Vader pulls an 87, Jericho the 90. The Vader-Jericho storyline advances with this segment. This is a storyline that I do think will be continuing on. And again, we'll talk about that in our creative meeting. And you'll see why I wanted to continue on when we get to that creative meeting. But I do have really high hopes for this storyline. And considering this is their first meeting, it scores a 95. That's got me excited for what these two could do in the future. But Jericho gets the win here. A 95 rated match. Undertaker and HBK are going to have a lot to live up to. They're following a 95. It was a 92 before that. So Lot to live up to here for Undertaker and Jericho, for Undertaker and HBK. Here we have a spectacular Undertaker entrance. It scores a 100. Undertaker and Paul Bearer have great chemistry, obviously. So here we go, folks. Moving in to our main event of the evening, The Undertaker defending the World Wrestling Federation title against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, the winner of the 1995 Royal Rumble, and we get a 90-freaking-9. That is what I'm talking about, our highest rated match ever. This is actually the highest rated match I've ever had. The Undertaker defeats Shawn Michaels in 29 minutes, 44 seconds by pinfall with a tombstone to retain the WWF title. Michaels pulls a 94, HBK a 93. The storyline advances and gains heat. Is this the end of the storyline? I don't know. Again, we'll talk about it in our next meeting. We get any worker improvements? None. Did I call them in the ring here? Yeah, so this match is called in the ring. Open match, called in the ring, and a slow build gets us a 99. This match is exactly what I was hoping for. It actually blows what I was hoping for out of the water. I really thought we were going to come in at like a 94, somewhere in the 94, 95. 99, not what I was expecting. These two guys, fantastic. Let's go to the end of our show here. What do we pull? A 98, folks. Can I get a screenshot of this? Let me see. How do I take a screenshot? I don't know if I just took a screenshot or not. I think it's print screen, but I tried. I want to post this up to the Fantasy Bookers Reddit, which is probably where a lot of you guys have found me. We'll definitely be posting this one up. That's it, folks. The show increases our popularity in 11 regions. Guys, it has been a pleasure. I am super pumped. Super pumped. Let's give a speech here. Let's see. Make a speech. Yeah, we definitely gotta talk to Shawn Michaels. Let's praise him for a great performance. Let's do The Undertaker, of course. Let's praise him. Let's point him out as a good example. And let's do... Tell you what, let's do Tatanka as well, because he did a lot better than I expected him to. Let's told him he's awesome. Let's make the speech. Michael's very happy. Undertaker pleased. Tatanka pleased. Folks, that is our show. That's WrestleMania. A 90-freaking-8. I love it. I can't wait to get back into the creative meetings for our next couple episodes and get working on where we're gonna go after WrestleMania. So, folks, bring in the music. Here we go. Let's bring us out. Guys, it has been a pleasure sitting down with you this afternoon, as it always is. Again, if you're new here and you like what you saw, if you like me, if you like listening to me, go ahead and click that subscribe button. When we hit that 200 mark, just two more, we get the 64-man March Madness style greatest of all time. And guys, we're going to pull out all the stops for this event. We're pulling out all the stops. We're going to have seeding shows where we actually do a sit-down panel and talk about the seedings, talk about the matchups. We're pulling out all the stops here. You can win real prizes. Who doesn't like real prizes? Communists. That's who. Communists don't like real prizes. I'm sorry if you're a communist. If you're watching from Russia or wherever communists are, I don't really know. China, maybe? If you're watching there, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of communists. Guys, thank you for coming by. Come on back again every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Old Uncle Max will be here. You'll be there. Let's have a good time together. Guys, that's our show. Go on. Get out of here. Have a good day. I will see you when I see you.